Gun rights organizations are challenging the federal government's narrative about the fatal shooting of 37-year-old ICU nurse Alex Pretti, who was shot and killed by U.S. Border Patrol agents in Minneapolis during a federal immigration enforcement operation on January 24, 2026. The dispute centers on whether Pretti's firearm justified the use of deadly force, a flashpoint now drawing national attention from gun rights advocates amid wider concerns about civil liberties and law enforcement tactics. After the shooting, Department of Homeland Security (DHS) officials claimed Pretti approached federal officers while armed, asserting that the presence of a handgun could make lethal force legally justified. Gun rights groups strongly disagree with that framing. The National Rifle Association (NRA) condemned comments by a federal prosecutor suggesting that an armed approach toward law enforcement could justify a shooting, calling the sentiment dangerous and wrong. The NRA argued that law-abiding citizens should not be demonized before a full investigation is completed, and that responsible voices should wait for facts rather than make sweeping generalizations. The Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus also called for a full and transparent investigation, emphasizing that there is currently no evidence showing Pretti intended to harm officers before he was shot, and underscoring that every peaceable Minnesotan has the right to keep and bear arms. State and local officials have stressed that Pretti was a lawful gun owner with a valid carry permit. Videos circulating from the scene appear to show him holding a cell phone, not his firearm, before he was wrestled to the ground by multiple federal agents. Eyewitness accounts and videos analyzed by other media outlets show that agents pepper-sprayed Pretti and struggled with him before shots were fired. Some footage suggests a Border Patrol agent removed the handgun from Pretti's holster moments before firing multiple rounds. At the same time, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem has defended the operation, claiming Pretti was armed and acted aggressively, though no publicly released video clearly shows him brandishing his weapon. The shooting has intensified scrutiny of federal immigration enforcement strategies, especially against the backdrop of political tensions in Minneapolis. It occurred amid a surge of federal agents in the Twin Cities, part of a wider operation that has already prompted local protests and legal challenges. A federal judge recently issued an order preventing authorities from destroying or altering key evidence in the case, reinforcing calls from state officials and civil liberties advocates for transparency and accountability. A federal judge recently issued an order preventing authorities from destroying or altering key evidence in the case, reinforcing calls from state officials and civil liberties advocates for transparency and accountability.